The NBC television network is planning a mini-series on the life and times of Hillary Clinton. It's still in the early planning stages, but if all goes well, it could hit air in a couple of years. Interesting timing, since Hillary Clinton is the early front-runner to win the Democratic nomination for president in a couple of years. A fact that was not missed by the Republican Party. Republican Chair Reince Priebus is threatening that NBC will be excluded from the 2016 Republican presidential debates if they go ahead with the miniseries. Now let's forget for a moment that Priebus probably did more to assure the series does run by calling attention to it. Networks are like any other business. They care about money, and a controversy equals ratings equals money. But it does raise a bigger question about broadcast standards and practices these days when the lines between entertainment and news are so blurred and there are so many media outlets. Now there is evidence that NBC is biased. Exhibit A would be MSNBC, a Democrat-leaning cable news network. Exhibit B would be Brian Roberts, the CEO of Comcast, the parent company of NBC, who is a big Democratic fundraiser. Exhibit C would be the fact that Comcast employees contributed more to the Democrats in 2012 than any other organization. If Comcast is using the NBC Entertainment Division to sidestep FCC requirements and promote its own political agenda, that would be of real concern. Should NBC now be required to do a miniseries on Chris Christie or other Democrat and Republican candidates for equal time? Or are all those requirements of fairness antiquated in this new media world of 1,000 news sources? But one thing is clear, NBC has every right to run the miniseries, and the Republicans have every right to cry foul. It is interesting that we haven't heard boo from the Clintons, another indication the miniseries may be one-sided. But if NBC wants to run the miniseries and alienate 35% of the country, it has every right. In a media marketplace with so many voices and so many choices, maybe it's time to get rid of all government requirements on content. That's where we're heading if this miniseries airs during a presidential election. It would be unprecedented and change everything. I'm Larry Mendte.